All right, we are in week 2. So Game of Magic Realm goes 4 weeks. At the end of every week, there is color in every clearing, and we roll 2 dice to get monsters instead of 1. And some of the monsters will return from the dead. That's what happens every week. At the beginning of every week, we draw 3 new events and put them on the board. And what we have is the Broken Wagon appearing up here on the cliff, the Thieves Guild appearing in the ruin, and then the Miner out here in the middle of nowhere in the cave. So it looks like the luck has sort of scored for the Druid and the Captain right now. And that's that seems to be who has sort of gotten the early bit of the dice gods here. Unfortunately, I do apologize. I need to pull out my gotta get my scoreboards out here. Sorry. Could have done that ahead of time. So yeah, so it wasn't a giant scoring coup week 1. We have 5-2, and a lot of those 5 points are just the captain winning his categories. I should probably enforce the rule that you don't get points for prowess or gold, and unless you have prowess, unless you have 10, or gold unless you have more than 10, because everybody starts with 10, and that would change the scores, right? We would go like this. I'm going to do that just because that way I'm not touching the scoreboard all the time. Or do you? Or do you just do whatever you do? Well, just do it. We'll just leave it just like that for now. That's fine. Okay. So with all that, we do have to figure out what everyone's going to do here this second week. And the Sorcerer is first, and the Sorcerer is trying to get to 1, 2, and 4. That's the problem with these explorers. They tend to take a long time because now, is there anything in the mountain? Is the mountain? No, the mountain is just possible death for the Sorcerer. so he doesn't really care what's going on there. So I think he is going to move to 1. I think he is going to rest. So that's three of his phases. He's going to use his extra spell phase, and the first spell phase in any day is wasted for a mage, except for certain characters. But they tend to get extra ones to sort of compensate. And that second one we're going to use. So that's that. So we do have the first one's like meditating or something for mages, the Druid. So what's the Druid gonna do? The Druid has the Druid found his he's found the cliff, so he has found this. So I definitely think the Druid is going to move to the pool. And how do we do the pull? Discard potion, fatigue magic chip. So you largely have to end a day there. So you have to end a day at the pool. So I think what we do is we're going to hide. I think we'll hide. Probably twice, and then go up to the pool. End our day there to do what we need to do. This is our Black Knight. The Black Knight has big game. Where is our Black Knight? Our Black Knight's here. He needs to find Dank W, which he knows must be over here. So you got to get rid of that. Like that's not going to do him any good. But if we could find a spider here, or even the bat, like that would be that would be great for him. Because that would get him big game. He could also head right up to the wagon with the caveat that he doesn't want to meet this guy. This guy, he cannot kill the tremendous spider. The Black Knight can only generate heavy damage unless he gets a bow. I mean, or a weapon with a sharpness star. There's a bunch of things he could do. But right now he can generate only heavy damage. The spider, the big guy here is tremendous. This is like a Shelob, right, big old spider. But he could run around and score. Well, he could at least see what the broken wagon's all about. And probably get there before our guy, before the druid, probably. But but if he goes up there 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, he can't hide. And then that spider comes, and then he has to throw Skippy here. He has to largely throw his guy in front of the spider and go, yep, bye-bye. And then that guy cannot generate enough damage to kill this spider either. He can kill the little ones, but this is the big mama here, so he can't do that. So I think we're going to go... We don't have anything else to do with our turns, right? Which sort of sucks. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. If we get smoke, that's going to lead us to the heavy dragons, the flying dragons, which also suck. That is not great for us. Now, don't get me wrong. We could kill those, but they are fast. I say we slow play it. I say we're going to go... I say we go one. I say we're gonna go. We're gonna hide twice and then go into the woods. Okay, so we're gonna end up effectively here at Maple Woods 2. It's gonna be the plan. Now keep in mind you have to write your move ahead of time. You program your move, right? And then once you're done programming the move, then you can roll this die to determine what monsters come. So a lot of the game comes down to understanding what can show up where and what you can fight and what you can't fight. Because every character has this little range of fights they can do, a range of fights they can't do, and then a range of fights that are sort of... Oh, I need a card for the captain, sorry. And then a range of fights which are... What do you want to say? Dicey. And then based on the gear you get and the putsy stuff you get and the hirelings you have, that range opens up, right? So we get Lost Pouch. You have found a lost coin pouch. Roll to see what native group it belongs to. You may open it and keep it, but you'll lose a level of relationship with the group. So we roll a d8 to determine what group the pouch belongs to. And it belongs to the rogues. So the captain has... what did we get rid of? Did we get rid of Find a Bow? Yeah, we got rid of Find a Bow. And we got, instead, Lost Pouch. And it's the rogues. Rogue. R-O-G works, right? There, done. So we could have the rogues pissed at us, which the captain, it doesn't sound like that's that bad, right? That sounds like it makes sense. But what we're going to do... Now, you don't get a point for doing that. You just get... So here's a problem with the captain right now. So being in the dark sucks. So the caves are deadly in Magic Realm. And the mountains can be deadly too, but the caves are rough. The reason is you get two phases. If you start your day at a cave or if you spend any time in your day in the cave. And you pre-program your moves. So you can write and go, oh, I'm going to go in the cave. Well, you can only do two phases, two things instead of four things. Which means stuff like hiding becomes very slow, right? And so this does become a little bit of a thing for us going, well, can we fight what might show up here? Because the Lost City appeared, and so this square tells me that 3s are dangerous. This tells me that 2s are dangerous. This triangle tells me 2s are dangerous. These hexagons tell me that 4s rolling are dangerous. This is 1s are dangerous. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the only good rolls which draw nothing to this tile, nothing more. Oh, this is going to be a disaster. I don't know. Oh. I mean, he could do a lot of things, right? You could go in there. Because he has a cadre of dudes. He can fight a troop of goblins if they showed up. But the goblins start multiplying. Like they get a lot fast. Dank is going to bring serpents. He can probably fight a couple serpents. That tremendous troll is going to be hard. He's going to eat a couple dudes, and that's not great. Well, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of it. I think Flutter can draw. Can Flutter draw bats in caves? Jesus, yeah, Flutter. So even a 6, so 5. The only thing that is okay is a 5. Everything else draws monsters to this tile. So the Lost City, there's a Lost City and a Lost Castle. I'm explaining a lot because I assume, since I haven't played Magic Realm in a while, that a lot of people might stumble on this, might be new, newer to the channel and not seen any of these videos. The Lost City and the Lost Castle are 2 special chits that exist. They essentially make you draw 5 more chits and put them on. So it makes them very lucrative and very dangerous. There's a Lost Castle, which is in the mountains, or the Deep Woods. The Deep Woods is a weird one because it is treated like a mountain for purposes of monsters, even though it's a woods. Here's my point. My point is, I don't think plant your flag. So he has to get here and burn a phase to essentially claim this tile. And then his goal will be to clear it out. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think he might back off. On the other hand, he would love to meet a dragon down here, like a quick heavy dragon to kill it because he has Dragon Slayer. I mean, he could open the vault. And he can open the vault. He has the headquarters guy is tremendous. I think what we do, this is a bad idea. I think what we're going to do is we're going to hide once and move to the vault. Done. All right, and that's our plan for the day. And let's get our monster roll for the day now that we've made the plan. 3 ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. Black Knight will be first. Oh, and our guy's following us right now. So, done and done. Okay, Black Knight is first. The Black Knight is going to go here. And I believe he is hiding twice. Yeah, he hid twice and moved into the woods. So let's see if those hides were successful. If you hide once, you have about a 70% chance. If you spend 2 phases hiding, you have about a 90% chance. He fails the first one. He succeeds on the second one and is hidden. But then Bones shows up, and that is going to bring the ogres in tow. So the ogres, because they got resurrected on day 7, are there. But the Black Knight is hidden. So he has the advantage right now. The sorcerer walks up to the peak of the mountain, and then he is going to rest to drag this down 1. Every time that you rest a chit, you do a rest phase, you get to move 1 asterisk closer to being in your active box here. This box doesn't count. It's not the same. It just means that a chit is being used for something. He's going to then use his spell X and then his spell phase, and we're going to do what's called, we're going to enchant, And so we pair chits. This is a type 4 chit. It pairs with purple. We fatigue the purple, and we're going to enchant the tile. And what that means is we flip it. Some crap changes about the tile. As you can see, the paths all changed, and purple magic is now there forever until someone flips it over. Now, because we have a permanent spell, Meld into Mist, on us, and Meld into Mist is activated with purple, we are mist. This spell becomes active, so we can only move and hide now. We can't do anything else. But there's nothing here. What we also can do for free, because of Meld into Mist, is walk these secret paths by default. So if you know the board and you know the flip of the tile, so the sorcerer can just go 1, 2 tomorrow and complete his quest. And that's why we do that. And since there's nothing here, he doesn't lose any treasure sites or anything, which normally would be the danger is, oh, you turned that to purple and now you've lost a treasure site because there's treasure there or whatever. He didn't. That's a good move for him. The druid is going to walk up to the poison pool, and I think he hides twice. Let's see. He does. He rolls 1 die for hiding because he's the druid. So we'll just roll that guy. And he succeeds in the first try, and he is here. Nothing appears because we rolled a 3, so we're looking for blue squares. Captain goes now. The captain wanders here. He does hide once, and his guys are following. He fails, so he's not hidden. And we roll a 3. So 2 things happen. These guys jump to us because the goblins are prowling, and these guys appear. Turn order is very important in Magic Realm because someone else could have drawn goblins, for instance, and another tile, and then these goblins wouldn't have been available as a possibility. But the goblins do jump us. That's okay. So we're going to have a couple fights tonight, and the druid has to resolve his thing. So we'll go in order. Black Knight first. Black Knight. Black Knight first. Where are you at, Black Knight? There we go. I think this is a pretty easy fight. These ogres are medium-sized. So before anything else happens, we are going to ready our weapon. And we don't really have to play anything. So we don't have to play a move. This ogre is unaware of us. He'll become aware as soon as we actually attack. But I think we've got this guy. So he goes 3, so he goes here. Then we roll, and a roll of a 6 means he flips. It's about a 30% chance, by the way. So our weapon is resolved first because it's the longest on round 1, fastest on round 2, 3, and 4. We check our attack time and compare it to his defense time, and since we undercut him, we're going to hit him, do medium damage, and we kill the ogre. Now, since we hit, our weapon becomes unreadied. We did not spend 2 asterisks, so we do not have to fatigue, and it's round 2, and this ogre is going to jump to us, but this guy instead is going to lure him onto his sheet. So now these guys are facing off against each other. Doesn't matter what side we play it on. The Black Knight will ready his weapon because nothing's on his sheet. He can do so for free. And we're going to go there, and then we're going to put the weapon here. We roll to see where the monster ends up, and we roll to see if he flips, and then we compare some times. The monster ends up down at the bottom, so no one's going to line up with him. So let's compare the fastest attack in the game, which is this one. Now this attack is, so this is the time of the attack is the 4, but your weapon supersedes your move, your chit. So in this case, it's a 3, which is why we ready it. It's really fast when it's ready. The mace is a super fast weapon when you're ready to swing it. So we play this chit because you have to play a fight to swing. But this speed is the speed. However, it equals this guy's time. And since he has the longer weapon, that's the tiebreaker. This guy is going to undercut the ogre and hit him and do medium damage and kill him. and we score 4 points. 2 and 2. Oh, and gosh. Okay, so we actually we killed a spider. So I do mark typically when you kill someone, just to know, right, how many points you're scoring and when. 2 ogre, and that was 4. And this is 2 ogre, but I didn't do that. I forgot. So you have to excuse me because I am a little bit, what do you want to say, out of practice. So the Black Knight goes to 11 prowess, but here's what that's going to do. That's going to give him the 2 points in prowess and knock the captain down to 1. And so the score tightens up by a couple points there. Now the captain might easily flip-flop that here in just a moment. The ogres go to the dead pile. And I do want to mark, say, the captain. What did he kill? He killed the octopus, right? There you go. And that's his 8 points. The next guy to go is the druid. The druid is going to resolve his poison pool. The druid is going to resolve it with alchemy. He can fatigue magic chits. 2 asterisks gets him a roll. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to give us, I believe, 2 rolls. For every potion or 2 asterisks, you get a roll. On a 3, 2, or 1, you purify the pool. So we get 2 shots at it with that level of effort. We score a 4, but we're going to use nudge. That's going to fatigue that chit and toss that away. And we're going to make this a 3. And that succeeds. So we do have to fatigue 5 asterisks, and our nudge to do it. But we will resolve the poison pool. So we put that on our score. Poison pool. That's a card, 1 card. And so we're going to score 1 card point over here. Done and done. And that gives us, puts us on the scoreboard. We also get some kind of a bonus here. And this is the poison pool card. And let's see what the druid gets. He can't nudge this. His nudge is used until he recasts it. We roll a d6, something at the shiny at the bottom. You get 1 large treasure. That's actually a very good result. So what we do is we pull extra decks of small treasures and large treasures when you get these quest-based treasures. And so normally you can't have duplicates treasures, but we don't abide by that. You can have dupes based on the quests. We get the hidden ring, and the hidden ring has 1 spell, and it is a great treasure. That's pretty cool. So all of a sudden, the druid has scored on great treasures as well, and so gets another point. And is up to 2. But he could really use to rest. We don't know what spell's in there yet. We'll have to figure that out. So the druid is done with his day. Now it's the captain. Captain has a big old fight. Big old fight. 6 goblins with axes. They charge into the cavern, right? We are going to, I think... So we're going to lure... I think we lure. We don't want these guys. These guys flip. This starts to suck. But we sort of have to, yeah. We have to take care of them pretty much fast as we possibly. We got to take care of our guys as fast as we can here. And this guy is safe. He literally cannot be harmed by the goblin. And one of the goblins comes to us. So what happens when you lure? You can draw one monster away onto one of your guy's sheets. Every other monster then goes to you or another player in the, you roll off another player in the cavern. Then you can deploy, and so your guys can pull those guys off of your sheet if they need to rescue you or whatever. So we need to figure out what to do here. We don't have a lot of armor, so that sort of sucks. We cannot ready our bow just yet. So I am not going to shoot. Instead, I'm going to spend this whole turn and ready the bow is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to play this like this and hope this guy misses. I mean, I could just play a random fight. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to play a random fight right there like that. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We now have to roll each of these sheets. So this goblin, we would ideally want him to go. So he goes there. I don't think that means he's not going to hit us. And he doesn't flip. So what's going to happen is the bow goes first. It's the longest thing on the board right now. He's going to miss because our time is a 5 versus a 3. And he doesn't line up. If he lines up, we hit him. He misses us, same reason. He does not undercut us, and he does not intercept us. That's the round for the captain. One, this guy is going to line up. So he's going to just line right up, which is what we want on round 1. He does not flip. This weapon is longer, the 10, so he's going to hit him first. He does heavy star damage, which is tremendous, and he kills the goblin. Done. We would like all these guys against these spearmen to line right up. He does not line up. He goes down to the bottom. Does he flip? He does not flip. So he's done for the round. They both miss each other. Done. This guy. 3. He's going to go to there. We actually want him to flip because the swordsman is fast, can be fast. That's going to miss on both accounts. So these guys miss each other. This is the crossbowman, so definitely a different vibe. We'd rather him not line up. So he goes down there. Does he flip? We'd rather him not flip, I think. He doesn't flip. The crossbowman hits because the crossbowman, his attack time of 1 undercuts the 3, but the crossbowman has to roll 2 dice on the missile table. He does heavy damage, plus or minus a couple levels. Ugh, minus 3 levels. So that means heavy goes to medium, goes to light, goes to negligible, and it bounces off of whatever, the goblin's armor or something, right? If they don't really have armor. But these guys are going to line right up. Does the goblin flip? He does not flip. This long weapon hits and does tremendous plus damage, and the goblin is killed. So what that means is we can do it all over again, effectively. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to lure him to here, because that's a safer fight. Because this guy is heavier, he's more robust than his lackeys. And yeah, I think that's it. So that we're going to start round 2. Now so our bow missed, so it flips. If your weapon misses, it flips. If you hit, you flip it. If you miss, you flip it to the alerted side. If you hit, you flip it to the unalerted side. So now we're cooking with gas. So we have a time of, because a bow is a time of 1. It's going to undercut this guy no matter what. So let's roll it and see what happens. 6, he goes down to the bottom. You can see the little chart here we're using to move them. He does not flip. The bow hits. So he's going to hit him. He's going to miss us, but we're going to hit him first. We have to roll on the missile table, but the captain subtracts 1 on each die on the missile table because he is a good archer. And so we get a 5 and a 2, which is actually a 4. And so the bow does -1 level. So it does negligible star damage. What does that even mean? So negligible is no damage. Plus a star is light. Plus a star is medium. This guy is medium, so we kill him. So the captain kills his guy. The bow flips to unalerted. And we are ready to start. Well, the captain is ready for the 3rd round. But these guys are still locked in combat with their goblin. Let's roll it. He is not going to line up. He's going to go right down there. And we actually want this guy to flip, because if he flips, we're going to undercut him. No, he doesn't flip. So these guys miss. So in Magic Realm, if 2 rounds go with nothing happening, the combat ends. It's a stalemate. Now, we've already killed a guy, so that's not going to happen. All right, we would like this guy to not line up, and he's not going. He's going to go down to the bottom. We'll roll to see his... He does flip. Little dangerous now, because he can kill this guy. We do have to roll on the missile table. And ideally, what we want to roll on the missile table is no worse than a 4. And we roll a 4. -1 level. The crossbow does heavy damage by default. -1 is medium. As we know, the goblins are medium. The way you can tell is by the size of the token. These tokens are medium. Their heavy tokens are slightly bigger, and the tremendous tokens are even bigger than that. And then this last guy here is going to go down to the bottom. He is going to not flip. So we have 2 guys. And it's now the next round. So what we are going to do... So this is the situation. These are the guys they're on. We're going to let this guy fight. These guys are going to deploy to the goblin's sheet. So they're going to gang tackle the goblin. So as soon as you group up, you are deploying to the goblin sheet. The goblin becomes the owner of the sheet, and everybody has to roll their locations and flip and so on. So it does become a little bit dicier, but these guys are going to be on the attacking side, and we'll leave him on the defending side. That's actually not... Well, that's actually not great. That's not a great move, strangely enough, because if this guy flips over, he could be hit and killed. So, like, if all these attacks... Yeah, so a lot could go wrong. We're actually just going to stay out of it. We're going to stay out of it for the time being. Instead, the captain... Since no one is on his sheet means no one's attacking him right now. We're going to ready our weapon, and we're going to shoot our weapon, and we're going to come down here, and we will do that. So now we're going to support our guy here. 6, so he goes down there. Does he flip? He does flip. So that means he's going to miss our guy. But our weapon is fastest, so it's going to go first. It's going to hit. And then we get to roll 2 dice. And subtract 1. And this does amazing damage. And the captain kills his second goblin. And then we go down here. This is going to line up. This guy's going to kill his guy. He does. So, 4 goblins killed by lackeys. 2 goblins killed by the captain. This is worth 1 and 2 because the more guys that you kill in a day, you get a multiplier. So it's 3 points, 4 points, 5, 6, 7 points. The captain scores 7 prowess by killing 6 goblins. So 7 prowess to the captain. He now has 15 prowess. And he will take his point back, thank you very much, making the scores 5 to 2. No one died, no injuries, Not even a little bit of fatigue on the part of the captain. And that makes sense with that many lackeys that can deal with a goblin. That's an easy fight. The spear goblins are a little harder, and the sword goblins are a little harder than them. So as you get more goblins out, they get tougher, and we'd really rather not do that again if we didn't have to. If we did not have to, we could not do that. That's finally the end of the day. So that actually that was the day. That's how long that took because of the fights and the explanations and so on. So we're gonna move this to day 9. We're gonna start writing moves, and we already know that this guy is melted into mist right now, and so he's gonna go to 4 to 2. Uh, 4 to 2. Then he's going to end up where? Ugh. He still has monster lure, which he can use. Not right now, but he could use. What do we want the plan to be for the sorcerer? I think we're gonna, so we've got to get to here. Boom and boom. We've got to get to here to explore the mountain. We complete that, and then we. I think we're just going to head into the ledges. So 4 to 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we end up in ledges 4. Move. LG 4. And we should score Explore Mountain. We should. That's the plan. Our druid really needs to rest if he's going to ever cast a spell again. He just needs to rest. We're going to hit up the broken wagon, so I'm going to hide once. We're going to move. It takes 2 moves to go to a mountain. We're going to go to the wagon, and then we will move past the wagon into the woods. Done and done. The Black Knight. I think he hides. Moves into the wagon and then moves back to the woods. And then 4, that's our captain. My captain. Yeah, I still don't feel good about where we're at. So I think we're going to back out to the Thieves Guild. So we're going to move to the guild. And we can complete the guild. Oh, and since we're at a dwelling, yeah, I don't think we give the captain gets extra phases at dwellings, but I do think that probably counts only for dwellings that existed in the game previously. Otherwise, you'd be adding. We made a lot of things dwellings for purposes of getting cards and so on. So that'll be his move, and he is done. And our guy is following. All right. Mount Monster Roll. We got dragons. Druid is first. This guy's going with the captain. Druids first, so we hide once. We're going to roll right here. A 6 will fail. We succeed. So we're hidden. We go to the broken wagon. As soon as this card goes away, so we're going to discard this guy. And this chip can just go away, literally. As soon as you go to the wagon, you roll a die. So we don't know what's there yet. It's a 4. There are ogres. 2 ogres are here. Kill them to get the wagon back on its way. And we moved past. The Black Knight goes. The Black Knight moves up there. Well, he's going to hide once, I believe. He's weirdly looking to fail. He doesn't. He goes up there. He comes back down. So they were playing coy because half the things in the wagon are go to the woods to get wood and then come back and repair the wagon. So they were hoping to maximize their number of turns, but they missed the opportunity to just go kill that dude in one fell swoop. The captain backs out. And probably, I mean, he would have got Roar, would have drawn a dragon. So we'd have had 2 dragons on the board. We do need Dragon Slayer, but... And then the sorcerer goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get Ruins and Flutter 1. And Flutter 1 is going to draw the mountainy guys. These guys. And they go to 1. That's the day. There's no fights. But the sorcerer has indeed completed Mountain. Mountain is worth 2. So the sorcerer scores 2 points in cards right away. And he does get 10 gold, and he learns all the paths on the mountain on both sides, right? Yeah. So he has 20 gold, the sorcerer, all of a sudden. He finds himself wealthy, and now he wins gold because he has more than 10 and more than anybody else. And now he has 4 points. And so the sorcerer rockets into second place. And we do learn everything in the mountain, so we just mark them off. And we get a new card. Treasure cache in the Lost. So we're looking for the Lost Castle, which, if you recall, I said there were 2, Lost Castle, Lost City. We're now looking for the second one. And now it's day 10. So let's go to day 10. So we move the marker ahead. And the sorcerer... Sorcerer doesn't need to kill dragons. Oh, can we use monster lore? End of our day. So we could use monster lore. I think we need to prepare for monster lore a little bit. So I am going to hide, rest, use my extra spell phase, and then a spell phase. But I also want an alert phase. So we're going to mark one of those hides off. There we go. We'll show you what an alert phase does here in a moment. The druid does need to rest up a little bit. I mean, obviously it's easier if you're hidden. It's easier if you're hidden to go fight, especially the druid might have to fight by hand. I would love to rest, but he also knows the Black Knight's going to go get there. So we're going to hide. I will rest once, and then we're going to move to the wagon again. The Black Knight doesn't super care. He's going to hide twice, move to the wagon, hopefully to kill the guys. And then I think what we're going to do, so we get 4 turns again because we're out of the place here. We're going to do a quest phase. And then hide. Because to get the Thieves Guild to membership, you have to be the first to execute, I say succeed in a hide, actually. So there you go. We've all written a move for day 10. And we get a 3. So ogres, wolves, goblin, octopus again. And now we draw. And the captain is first, and his guy is following him. So we're going to do a quest phase, and we're going to open this pouch. And we do get a malice against the rogues. So the rogues... unfriendly. So now we know that that's the case. We do roll 3 dice 6 now. We take that much gold. So these are the first 2 dice is an 11. The last die is a 2, so we get 13 gold. Now we have 17 gold. That's actually pretty good. That's going to put us in second place, by the way, for gold. So the captain actually scores another point. So it actually was worth his while to do that, even though he pissed off the rogues. Now we're going to hide, and we need to succeed in one of these 3 attempts. That's a fail for one, a success for the second one, and so he is going to score the Thieves Guild. So he has 2 cards and a total of 7 points. So he's kicking it pretty well. And we do get another card. Tiny huts. Take any visitor not on the board and place them in a mountain clearing of your choice. Who do we like? Scholar. But I think the Scholar's out already. Yeah. So I'll take the Shaman, and we'll put him in a mountain clearing of our choice. Let's put him right here. So he lives there now. And I think that we're done. And we have to draw a card, but we can't look at it until tomorrow because that card would have been played. We wouldn't have replenished till the end of the day. So we are done. Sorcerer is going to hide. He does. He's going to alert, which means he's going to turn that on its side a little bit. He's going to arrest this guy. He's going to flip it. Does anything appear here on a roll of 3? I don't think so. No. At the end of his day, he's going to drag the ghosts to him. Done. What's the Black Knight do? The Black Knight hides twice? No. Once? Hides twice, goes to the wagon. We only fail on 2 6s. We succeed, and then we fail, but that's fine. And then we go to the wagon. Druid has a very similar idea. Gonna hide rest and go to the wagon. He succeeds, and he goes to the wagon also. He does get to rest one, and he does. And we have 2 combats. Let's do the sorcerer first. Oh, the Thieves Guild. So the Thieves Guild has been scored, but I'll put it there just to show that, I mean, we can still use it. The Broken Wagon will be scored probably today. The captain doesn't have a battle, but the sorcerer does. Let's do the sorcerer's fight. So we're hidden right now. We are hidden at this moment in time. We are going to cast Fiery Blast. This is an alerted chit, which means its time is 0. So it's going to hit everybody. We need to burn purple to get this spell off here. We're going to hit everybody in the clearing for L *** damage, but we do need to roll the missile roll. And we need to roll where they end up, sort of. Doesn't really matter. Everybody shifts down. Does the first box flip? It does not. Does the second box flip? Does not. So, we're going to hit these guys. But we do need to roll missile rolls for both of them. The first missile roll. Ugh. -3 levels. Which means it does light damage only and does not kill the first ghost. The second ghost. It does light star damage, which is medium, and it does indeed kill 1 ghost. That's great. That chit gets fatigued, as does that one. And now we're facing off against a ghost. And I think we're going to have to just stab it. Five means it goes here. Let's not have it flip. Oh, it does, you little son of a bitch. Okay. The ghost goes first. He hits us. He does light damage, which is not enough to kill the sorcerer, but it is enough to wound the sorcerer. And so we have to wound a chit, which we do. We miss. Done. We have to fatigue a chit, which sucks a little bit. We're going to fatigue this move. We have to fatigue an asterisk, and we'll play that move chit. 2, so he goes down to the bottom. Does he flip? We need him to flip. Real bad, real bad. He does. So now we go first because our attack is an L3. It hits and does medium damage. Because you have a negligible sharp dagger that is overstrength to light. You can always overstrength by 1 if you can play that kind of chit. And we kill this guy before he then smashes us. That's going to give us 6 prowess. So we do kill 2 ghosts. So we get 2x ghost for 6 prowess, which doesn't suck. We also score monster lore. Which is a card. There you go. So we actually have 3 card points. And our score is up to 5. We get Explore the Crag. Ugh, God, okay. That's not nice by the game. We are pretty injured. We're pretty beat up, the sorcerer. So he's going to need to rest a bit. But I wanted to finish that fight. Like, I didn't want to leave that hanging. Or with, cuz, right? So now we have 2 characters So we have two characters here. No one is on, like, no ogre knows anything about any of the... So I think we're going to play this attack on an ogre. I think we're going to lure an ogre with our guy here. We're going to ready a weapon. Now here's the Black Knight is going to try to... So we ready the weapon, and we're going to play this, and we're going to play it over here. We're trying to steal this. The Black Knight wants the point. He goes down to the bottom there. He flips. Longest weapon goes first, which is the alerted mace. Is a length 1. It undercuts and kills this guy. So the Black Knight scores that kill, stealing it from the druid. The ogre stays put. Longest weapon goes first. That is this weapon. It's going to hit him and do medium damage. The Black Knight scores 4. For more prowess. For 15. And he actually is tied now with our guy. So what we do there is I just mark it with a 1+, and that represents a half a point. And that's the new score right there. But the Black Knight has gotten this the cart going. The reward is 1 VP and 8 gold or an ale keg, which is 3 uses, I think, of bribing the natives effectively. Could be valuable. 8 gold could also be valuable. I think we will take the 8 gold and the 1 VP. So we do score ++, broken wagon. So that is a fame, quote unquote. Black Knight scores an extra point, giving him 3.5. And he also has 16 gold. So he scores 8 more gold. That puts him in 3rd place. 3rd place is not enough to score any points yet. But it does mean that he can rehire his guy at some point, so that's good. I don't think that's a bad thing. He did not score a big game because he pointed at a heavy creature, not a medium creature. So that's just not a thing yet. But it's an interesting score. Week 2 is usually when the game weirdly heats up, and it has here this game as well. And I am going to call it there. We'll have done days 8 through 10, and we will put that there so that you guys can sort of, digest it a little bit in chunks. I'll rest my voice a little bit. I can come back maybe later this evening. But the score is 6.5 to 5 to 3.5 to 2. The druid sort of got stolen there. So the broken wagon actually moves on. And the events you can see are getting cleared out. What we really need is we need to... So this is going to go back to the Black Knight. And his guy... the Black Knight needs to get rid of Herbalist because that's not going to work for him, I don't think. And then he can look at this, and he gets thief. End of phase in a group with it's an enemy. What he is going to do is, because he is at a quote-unquote dwelling, he is going to turn in plant your flag. The Thieves Guild, the circus, a lot of the places do explore the caves. I'm not sure that that's a ton better, but we do not have to go into the cavern and make a giant mess. That can be deleted. Is anyone else at a dwelling? I don't think anybody else is at a dwelling. These guys are both there. That's the end of the day. We're going to overwrite our save here. This was day 8 to 10 of our random Magic Realm game. So we just popped a Magic Realm, popped in my head. Let's play this game. And that actually was full of stuff. That was a good week. Lot of little fights, a lot of ogres dying. Like, we've killed those ogres 3 times. That's sort of funny. Good fight with the captain has made good use of his army. It's one of those where you go, I wish I could make better use of the army, but he's made good use of the army. He does need to rehire. He does need to rehire. Or not, or he has to decide that, well, it's just not going to happen, right? Either needs to rehire the soldiers or decide that he's not going to rehire the soldiers, and just that's how we roll here. I don't know which is the better option. He does have this. I would love to sell that to the guard. Not only do you get 20 prowess, but the guard then go up a level of friendliness. They would become his ally. So where is the guard? Maybe that should become a thing for him. Where's the damn guard? Holy crap, they're all the way across the board. Where's the guard? Go that way. Just walk that direction forever, and you will make it to the guard. Might be worth it, but that's a lot of walking. So, okay, we will figure that out. But we'll figure that out next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. If this is your first time with the game Magic Realm, please leave a comment. Tell me how you like it or ask questions. It is a complicated game for sure, but it's complicated, but ultimately its crux, it's simple. And then it gets, it sort of has this weird learning curve of impossible. Oh, I get this now. Hold on. There's a little bit of subtlety here, which I don't get. And that's sort of, that's after like 12 years or something. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye-bye.